Fiscal. this Carroll County Fiscal Court meeting to order. Let the minutes show this is the meeting for May 27th, 2025. At this time we will stand and pledge allegiance and
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dear Heavenly Father, Lord, again, we're just so thankful for this opportunity to gather here. Just be with us, grant us wisdom as we have conversations and discussions about our community, Lord. Just grant us wisdom in making decisions that will be for the best for those that call Carroll County home, Lord. Be with our men and women that are protecting our freedoms around the globe, Lord, and with all the conflicts that are going on. Just be with those, involved with those. Be with our law enforcement and our EMS and emergency response folks that take care of us here at home when we're having bad days, Lord. Just be with them and be with those that are ill and need the healing name, Lord. Thank you for all blessings. These things we ask in Jesus Christ. Amen.
need approved minutes for 5/13/2025.
I guess I got two comments on this, and I don't know. I've never had a comment on meeting minutes because I don't have any issues. But one of them was about the constable salary ordinance. It just talks about setting the salary for constables, whether or not it should say what we're setting it to. Because I always look at these at some point in time, so I may go back to them and look at them for when certain things were done and without that. So that was one observation. And then the other one was with regards to the resolution that was read for J&N Electronics. Again, it's something that ended up in our box the morning of the meeting. Approval was rather in haste. There's some things there. We talked about adding maintenance and inspection, some of those other things as far as modifications to that resolution and to that contract. So I don't know if those should be reflected in there because we still have homework. So Kaylee, again, I've never been through a process where I've had
well, as far as the constable salaries, I mean, the minutes just show that you all approved the first reading of that ordinance. Once you all do the second reading of the ordinance, that ordinance is going to be attached to those minutes.
Okay.
Same thing as the resolution, but you all already approved the resolution, so as far as going back and changing the resolution, that would be a big question.
Okay.
But my minutes just reflect what you all have done in the court.
Okay, I can live with it on the constables because we will catch that with the second one reading, so I'm good with that. And then I've sent an email to Nick on the cover because
The antenna that J&N, that antenna will be ours for inspection for the future.
yes, but
Not for them.
it applies to the ones we have up there now.
Right, anything, we won't have anything on those antennas up there because they're all being moved.
Yeah, but as the agreement said, that's not what it says. So we can work to get that resolved. Just some things. So with that, I'll go ahead and second the motion. I think somebody.
Second by Scott, all in favor, say aye. Next is approve the minutes for the special meeting on May 23rd. Motion by Scott. Second by Clay, all in favor, say aye. Budget transfers, motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Motion by Benji, second by Scott, all in favor, say aye. Invoice approval, motion please. Motion by Clay, second by Benji, all in favor, say aye. Should have the sheriff's transfer or tax settlement report. Did y'all get that?
Yes.
Okay. That's just information. The employee health insurance, open enrollment this Friday. Jim, do you have
I have
the amended ordinance here, how much of that do you want me to read? Pretty much detailed, rather than just a summary at the top,
Summary.
because of the changes being made or what? Summary?
So I'll make the motion.
Summary is simply the heading, and that is an ordinance amending health insurance policy contained within the personnel policies of the Carroll County Fiscal Court. And then he goes through the list of changes that are made, the additions, I guess, employees shall pay a portion of the monthly premium cost in the following amounts if elected to enroll in the county buy-in plan, buy-up plan. And he has in there that also in addition, and their families as part of the section 2. The family plan, $75, employee spouse, $50, employee and children, $40, and individual, $25. Those are additions to the buy-in, buy-up plan, I guess. And then the other change, an employee elected to the buy-up plan shall begin contributing to the cost of said premium on the first day of his or her employment by payroll deduction. All existing employees as of the effective date of the ordinance shall begin contributing on July 1st of 2025 by a payroll deduction inasmuch as the health insurance premiums are paid in advance by the county. The Carroll County Fiscal Court shall pay the first 2 months of employees' premium contributions for existing employees as of the effective date of this ordinance for all other employees hired after July the 1st, 25. Carroll County Fiscal Court shall pay for the first 1 month of the employee premiums. And then the last change on this is the provision shall not apply to any employees in the county service and insured as of December 12, 2023. That's period. And then removed is the section that's replacing.
Right.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, need a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to adopt this first reading.
That's the first reading, so then you put it on for a second reading and final approval.
Motion by Scott, second by Clay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Just an announcement to let everybody know that we have, purchased 2 vehicles, one for the Hope Center, Castle Hope Center, and the other one for maintenance truck purpose, for one for Castle Hope Center and one for maintenance truck. So just so that you all know, purchasing. Next thing on the agenda is the Brownfield community meetings. You want to touch on that, Matt?
Yeah, sure. So Terracon is now ready to start coming in and doing assessments of sites. So this will be a year-long, 1.5-year-long project. With that, there are going to be multiple community meetings. We are having one scheduled this week. It's going to be from 10 to noon. That was the best time for our consultants and what worked for this first meeting. I want to remind everybody that there will be multiple meetings. So throughout the end of this whole process, there will probably be at minimum 7 to 10 meetings, most likely about 7. So there will be plenty of opportunity for residents and individuals who are interested in the Brownfield program to get involved. The next meeting is currently tentatively going to be scheduled for June 17th from 5 to 7. So that one will be from 5 to 7. So we have one this month, and then we'll have one next month. Right now, tentatively scheduled for June 17th, 5 to 7.
So real quickly, your report said May 28th, which is tomorrow. I think it's actually Thursday.
It is, yes, that's my.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
The,
So I didn't show up the day late.
I got my dates a little confused, but yes, it is Thursday.
Okay.
And the reason the confusion there, I do have a meeting with Terracon and the EPA tomorrow. That is just our monthly follow-up on Brownfield to discuss with the EPA what we're working on and how we're working on the program. So I got those 2 dates. We have basically Brownfield back-to-back Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay. All right.
So we're not going to do the solar farm ordinance yet, so we'll bypass that. Budget reading, first reading for Thursday, will be Thursday tomorrow for the budget, or this coming Thursday. When, Thursday or Wednesday?
Wednesday, because we're doing a work session this afternoon, and then tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow morning at 8:30, we're doing.
I thought it was gonna be Thursday.
He's gone on Thursday.
I'm gone on Thursday, so
You're gonna do it at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So I guess we need to make sure that got communicated.
So make sure I'm here.
Yeah, well, yeah, and to the newspaper and stuff.
I think it is on the newspaper.
Yeah, we've already sent that.
All right, approval of the annual standing order for recurring expenses. That's every year we have to approve that for the treasurer to go ahead and pay all our routine expenses and stuff, so. Need a motion on that.
That'll be attached to the first reading of the budget.
Yeah. Motion, Clay,
Second.
Scott, all in favor, saying aye. Opposed? We're at department head meeting reports, I'm sorry. Hope Center,
No,
No, there's nothing.
nothing, not yet. Hope Center, Nancy, you got her report. Also, she brought us some cards that clients there and some gifts that they've made there for us. Everybody wants one. They're here, the cards are up here, it can be read. Nancy, you have anything else?
I just want to reiterate how much we appreciate the support from you all, with you all purchasing the van. You all don't realize how much the support that you all continue to give us day after day, almost for 2 years now, means to them out there. I mean, they're already messaging me, when are we going on our first trip? Because they can't wait.
As soon as we get everything licensed and titled, right?
Pardon me?
As soon as we get everything licensed and titled, right?
Well, I told them they had to wait. But some of them, I think, have ants in their pants, but, and I also wanted to, NAS, I think yearly we're gonna get a $500 donation from them, the way they talked when they were there the other day. And then we do have several gates set up to sell things, and, I was invited to go to Odom County this weekend, and I made this set up for a few hours down there in my parents' neighborhood. Just load up some stuff in my vehicle and get down there.
I appreciate all you do, Nancy. I know it's a labor of love and
But they made all of that stuff when I was out for a couple of days last week, taking off some extra, for that 11 hours I worked that one Saturday. I needed to take some extra time off. But they were, make sure you take that.
Some stuff.
Sun catchers and thank you cards.
Okay, thank you. You got a report in your packet from the Carroll County Dispatch, and the representative is here, so.
So, I didn't see a report, so if I overlooked it, I apologize. But how are things going, and where are we at?
Well, it's just,
Department tutor and all of that.
so far they haven't hired anyone yet that I know of that has not been communicated to me about that. They are, I guess, have talked to a couple of people, but other than that, nobody's been employed yet. Basically in the report, just the number of calls and stuff that we had, or they had last year, or last couple of months and stuff, so. Basically, it's not a whole lot.
But I guess it's probably not that a dedicated leader thing, we're still, and Ryan, you work with them, and everything's reasonably smooth from your perspective, I mean, over there. Business is normal, or, I guess, Mike, you work with them too, so, I guess they're just.
I communicate a lot with Carroll, and Carroll works very well with me. I mean, we work very well together, so he's kind of the one I look at for the person over there in my company.
This is report, and it's January to April for the CAD report for 2025, so. Okay. All right. Solid waste, have a report from PJ. PJ, you have anything additional?
No, other than just, when we, as soon as we pick a spot, if we did get approved, and Cabot did the pet waste stations for Kaisai for me, and as soon as we can figure out where we want them, then we're gonna do like a photo op kind of thing.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, thank you.
Is that something we can get a few of those out of county work too? I mean, even if Cabot's not paying, if you're ordering 3, can you order 6? Because it can't be, what, $100 a piece or something?
I'll let more on that.
Are they?
Yeah.
It's just because same issues out there.
We can probably match them up and get someone, I don't know, but work out
That's
any.
probably in your budget.
Yeah, and then Matt and I and Mike went to the training last week for disaster recovery training. Very, very detailed. I mean, it was a good training. I mean, Matt may want to hit on some of that later on, but I mean, it's very extensive. I mean, there's things that we probably need to talk about to where we can do this FEMA and be able to, because we probably have money on the table to be able to, use this later on.
Couple questions real quick. PJ, first of all, appreciate all you do. I know it's been a little bit crazy here lately since the end of April. So I guess semi-trailer loads of tires. Did we end up with two semi? Yeah. So
Since
which
we're
is,
still out there.
yeah, so significant number of tires. And for what I understand, there's a lot of them like semi-truck tires, that type of stuff. So we've got a few individuals that really take advantage of this that are technically business owners. Because how much, can you remind us how much it takes to get rid of a semi-trailer load of tires?
We do a flat rate, $2,200.
So is that regardless of whether
What's
it's
on
ag
it?
tires,
Yeah.
whatever, so it's $2,200?
Yeah, because if we do it like we did last year, then we have to pay somebody to haul them there, and then we have to pay per tire, depending on what the tire is.
Okay. So I guess it's just one of those things. I don't know, this is one man's opinion. Next year when we do these, to have some sort of limit or even a small surcharge or something for, because when somebody's bringing in 40 and 50 tires in their truck tires, things like that, that's a burden to the taxpayer that everybody's having to pick up. And I guess it's just, it doesn't seem right. I don't know what other counties do on this. I know tire amnesty will be next year.
Next year.
Yeah, so.
And I do get a $4,000 grant that I apply for, so $4,000
Yeah.
kind of goes toward that.
Yeah. But I know it's, we've got plenty of tires to begin with without even having to have the community cleanup days. And the last thing, I guess, I know things have been, again, you've had a lot of, like, getting pulled in 14 different directions, but can you give us just a quick update on the code enforcement effort? I know we had our District 1 chair, he's moving, so right off the bat, I heard this first thing he told me.
We had our first meeting, and he told us that.
Yeah, so right off the bat, so I guess how are things going with that? I mean, I guess as far as the software is concerned.
Software is great, it's just, right now, we need to find a replacement for him, and also, the judge I talked about, probably an alternate, just to have someone in case something like this happens again, or somebody's out. Because we know, like, every year Dave Stevenson is gone the whole month of April.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would be, we kind of need to figure out, the steps along the way.
So we're gonna add 2 more, right, to the board.
Well, I guess.
One alternate.
Yeah, so one alternate for each district or one overall?
I'd say do an alternate for each district.
I would think so too, just like the example you just gave. Yeah. Okay, so that's something we need to work on. Because I guess up until you get District 1 filled, you're kind of just hung out, right?
Yeah.
You can't really have a meeting.
We have one scheduled, right now we're doing the meetings the first Friday of every month.
First Friday.
So this one here, I mean, we probably need to skip that, I'm not sure who gets in contact with everybody to do that.
Do you have also, off the top of your head, roughly how many cases we have in iWorks then? Is there?
I haven't added like all of the old ones yet, because we just kind of started fresh just from there. I would say probably 10 to a dozen, something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Animal shelter, Teresa, do you have anything other in your report? Senior center, Francis, you got the calendar for June. Do you have anything else?
The only thing I wanted to add is the Silver Sneaker program is going pretty good out at Camp Passock. We're doing it on Wednesdays from 1 to 3. We actually do the class 1:30 to, it's about 45 minutes. We're doing it right now only 1 day a week, but come the new fiscal year, we need to do it 2 days to count it as evidence-based class. So I was hoping maybe we could get in there on Wednesday and Friday and do the same time. So I think we've had as many as 11 people attend. So it's going pretty good. Carmen Williams is doing a good job doing the class. They paid for her certification and everything from the ag district. Other than that, right now I'm doing my monitoring, and that has to be turned in June the 6th with the ag district. So.
Have you heard anything, I guess, with all the cuts and stuff going on in Washington, about any of these programs that service?
As of right now, I have not heard of anything being cut or anything. I mean, I seen Shannon Couch on Friday. She didn't mention anything getting cut.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
Just the
no
meeting I
news
was
is
in,
good news.
so far, nothing, like Francis said, in the meetings I've been involved in email stuff, it's nothing's been changed yet, so.
Yeah.
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 All right, thank you.
Road Department, Mr. Clayton, Gino, do you have anything other than the report?
No.
Okay. If anybody here, Jimmy has a card that, for, Denny that's retiring Friday. And if anybody would like to sign that card, please do so for him. Also on the road department, I'll give you this report, is that the culvert there on Blue Lake's being looked at by Loon and Oak, and they gave us the price, and I told them to go ahead and do that. It was just a little bit over $19,000 to replace that culvert and have to cut the road and everything, so we gave them to go ahead to work on that, to get that. There was issues that might be falling back under some FEMA stuff also, because of revealed water lines and everything else down through there, so anyway. So Gino's been working with them to get this taken care of, so it'll be probably 3 to 4 weeks or something like that. Parks and Rec report. One thing I will, you've got his report of their report. One thing I will say is that I'm going to thank Amy for the work she has done. This is her last day here. She's moving on. She's decided to resign and move forward to another portion of her life. So, but we want to thank you from the Fiscal Court and everything for the work you've done for Parks and Rec. JP, do you have anything additional on the pickleball and tennis ball court on the cracks and stuff?
I talked to them Thursday, Friday. And I think we talked to them last was Jesse and the son, and they're still doing ongoing stuff in Cincinnati for ATP. They got one up there, so he said they would be down for the next 2 weeks. And
Okay.
that's the only bit I had.
So is that under any sort of a warranty? That it's
He's not saying yes or no, but he's going to look at it and see. But I don't know how. Also, I don't know how it's not, but I can't really.
Well, and I'll be glad to meet with them too, with you or whatever. But their agreement was if they couldn't take that whole thing out of there and do it, they would not want to do it.
Right.
And because they couldn't guarantee it being fixed unless they took it all the way down. And
That's why that's all right at all.
I will make that point too.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be, like, he can't say yes or no, and I can't say yes or no, so I also don't think it's gonna be, all it's gonna be cost us.
Okay.
Just preliminary talking, but the thing is, just getting them down here.
Right.
Well, that's probably the other thing to talk about. Obviously, these cracks are substantial and stuff, but where are we at 3 years from now, 5, you know, that,
Right.
it is asphalt cracks. I mean, that's kind of like concrete.
I'm like that.
But this is substantial, so again, and they seem to put a lot of care into building it right, I mean, from the novice guys here, but yeah, so I appreciate your efforts on that.
Yeah, I think they had, what did they do, 60 or 65 courts they're redoing
Yeah.
for the tour of Cincinnati and what, I guess in June, so.
Northern Kentucky area is just put that.
I got a question here, you had one here on number 4, operation projects. They're looking to resolve plumbing issues and conflicts, toilet fixtures have been ordered, so what's going on there?
They're in now,
What was it, I mean, toilets have been damaged, broke?
Oh, yeah, we had, someone decided to take the brush and bend it, and it got in the, like the actual track. And he didn't get out the all or anything, so cut the water off, it still had slow leak, so we would mop, you know, neatness where we left, but by the time we come back in the day, it was brown water again, so we had all that. We had taped off, had the door locked, everything was, the door got kicked open or whatever, but now it's all, we're good, everything's. It was installed Thursday, so the toilet and the, there was a flow valve or something on the, in one of the room too.
And the last question was with regards to the concession stand field, where we are getting that thing into service.
We're looking at another 10 days or so before they get back down here. So they're finishing up, something at Center College.
But we're still moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get new price and all that, just, we got to get the quote and everything.
Okay, so that'll be something, I guess, we need to line on in the budget going forward, but we didn't. Okay.
Okay. Doing this, Emergency Management Director, Mike, you have anything other than your report?
Just want to say thank you all for the support, and EMS Week, all the crews were very appreciative to everything, the support and stuff that they've gotten. So thank you all for that.
Director of Government Services, Matt, you got anything else?
Now let's hear all questions.
Jailer, Danny Rose?
I don't have a whole lot. Inspection was complete. Everything was good except for our basics. The windows have been an issue, some of the plumbing talked about, roof, and there was something that came up with our backflow system, our backflow system. I ended up having to go ahead and pay for that repair. It was about $4,800. That should be getting installed this week. But aside from that, everything else was fine. I did put together a female work group as well. So now we have a crew of men and a crew of females to go out and work in the community and do things that as needed. So.
This backflow, is it for like the plumbing, sewer plumbing and stuff like that?
Yes.
Right.
The main backflow was fine. We have a backup system that failed, so we went ahead and got that replaced.
Yeah, it's probably a code issue, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Code for other things too, I know what you're talking about. All right, any questions or anything else, Daniel?
No, sir.
Okay. Corner, Mr. Stucker?
I don't have anything.
Nothing? Judge's comment. The only thing I've got is a request for the money for the county clerk. I think she's talked to each one of the magistrates, so I think everybody has an approval for the $10,000 that we had to overcome. So is everybody?
Yeah, that's what she had proposed.
Okay, all right. Can the attorney comments? Mr. Monk?
Mr. Marsh has provided a an ordinance relating to side-by-sides connected to the, I guess, the new statute that goes into effect end of June. And if you would like for me to read a summary that he's prepared, you can make a motion to do that, and hopefully you all have or will have a copy of that ordinance in your possession to review. So if you'd like a first reading, we can make a motion to do that.
Do motion on that first reading.
Yeah, I'll second that.
I second.
Second by Scott, all in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Okay, reading the summary. An ordinance of the Carroll County Fiscal Court relating to street legal special purpose vehicles. The Carroll County Fiscal Court has adopted an ordinance permitting and regulating street legal special purpose vehicles on all highways located within the jurisdictional limits of Carroll County, Kentucky, except for those located within the city of Carrollton, Kentucky. That is what this ordinance is about, and the full text of the ordinance is on file in the office of Carroll County Judge for it to be examined. Perfect.
Motion by Scott, second by Clay, all in favor, say aye.
I guess my one question on this, I was gonna ask Ryan when we got here, you got any concerns about this at all, or are you?
The only concern I have is that Franklin has advised us of about it, and actually Daniel and I talked about it last week. I guess we're supposed to be doing inspections, they've not notified the Sheriff's Association or anybody, so typically Franklin, no information.
Yeah, so basically, a month from today, a new statute goes into effect, out of Frankfurt, that they're called special purpose vehicles, so special, street legal special purposes. So this is all your razors, your side-by-sides and all that. If you want to use them on the county roads and our state roads, anything but the interstate, really, is what this says. They've got to be inspected, they've got to be plated, I mean,
Yeah.
and all this stuff, and, so like you said, it's just like, boom, it was approved.
Well, that's one thing that Daniel and I were talking about last week, what people may or may not realize is if you do this, you have to, if you purchased the side-by-side 10 years ago, and you can't prove that you paid taxes on it, you're gonna have to pay taxes to her, sales tax, and then on top of that, you will be paying your property taxes on it every year, just like a car.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Golf carts are exempt, so those, they're golf carts, yeah. So it is gonna be a bit of fun for some folks. But that's only, again, if you want to drive it on county roads, or if it's
So
on your
that's
own.
if you want it plated,
Yeah, yeah. If you just want to put it on your own property.
Okay, and the magistrate's comments. Benji?
I've got a call, road department to see here, Carlisle Road 42, I guess there's a culvert plugged up in, it's holding water right there at the stop sign. I think it's been that way for a while,
Yeah, Mike Long, Papa called you.
but, let's see here. I was gonna ask, it's Carlisle, or what y'all's kind of on motoring and stuff, what you're looking like doing this year, what roads y'all gonna close.
And we got several we gotta do.
Okay, so Carlisle, there's a few areas down let's see here. Got a call for another one about 39 culvert plugged up. And then 42, just wanted to say something too. Got some calls about 42 going towards Bedford there, the Y's. In between the Y and Kings Ridge, it's real rough right through there. The road busted up.
42?
Yeah.
Statement on that.
And that's it, Judge.
Okay.
I would add anything other than just say thanks to all the county workers for working with me on that. I don't know what I'm wrong with this right now. Other than dealing with the production we will do that as the time goes by. So,
Yeah.
we will get the road and road, it's gonna take a little bit of time. So, that's all I have right now.
Scott?
Yeah, first of all, again, thanks to the road department. I know it's been I got a couple questions too on the moat room activity. I know it's been busy elsewhere, so is the moat room rig, is it out, you got a moat room now?
We haven't got enough people to do it yet.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking, so I don't know, that's, and again, I know you guys understand it's priority, but you're being asked to do a lot right now.
Yeah.
So it's something you gotta figure out. Another question I guess I had with, state paving jobs with Fiscal plant still not up and running yet. So for instance, dividing ridge, that was supposed to be done by the end of June. And I guess I don't know, I haven't heard, is it gonna be delayed because the plant's down, or to my knowledge, there's, usually you start to see construction going up and all that, and to my knowledge, there's not much of that.
I haven't received anything from the state or even from Hinkle's on that whatsoever, so.
Okay, I'll figure it, keep up and know, I appreciate that. I was just curious if any of those jobs are in jeopardy. So, that's all I've got.
Okay. I have nothing for the executive session. Any comments from anybody here or anything? I need a motion to adjourn.
Sure, sir.